So, Super Frank Lampard has been sacked by Everton. Obviously, I am gutted, but it's very hard for me to make a case for Frank Lampard. I do have to concede that it is probably the correct decision. Everton have won 3 games all season, 3 out of 20. And therefore, a change in manager, a change in direction is always going to have to be the case. The buck will always stop with the manager. But whether that is correct or not, particularly in the case of Everton Football Club, is an interesting one. By no means am I suggesting that Frank Lampard has done a good job at Everton. I think he did very well last year keeping them up, but this year has not gone to plan at all. But if I were to make a list of the 10 problems wrong with Everton Football Club, I wouldn't put Frank Lampard on it. I don't think that the manager, whoever it may be, whether it's Rafael Benitez, somebody who I don't like, or Frank Lampard, somebody who I adore, I don't think that the plight of the club is linked to the manager one bit. Carlo Ancelotti, arguably the best manager to have ever lived. I'm not saying that I think he is. I'm just saying that he is arguably the best to have ever done it. He has won the league in Europe's 5 major leagues, the only person to have done that. Even he couldn't get it to work at Everton. I've got some numbers, right, to just demonstrate how Everton is run and why it's so difficult. And maybe we shouldn't judge Frank Lampard too harshly because he has failed at Everton. When you look at the other managers that have failed at that club, it doesn't really reflect badly on Lampard. It doesn't reflect badly on Benitez. It doesn't reflect badly on Ancelotti. It's a basket case. Listen to this. The Moshiri era began in February 2016. And in that time, Everton have played 304 games. The next manager, including caretakers, will be their 12th manager. Their 12th manager since February 2016. That is a basket case. What on earth is Moshiri doing? And of those 12, right, literally nobody has had 2 full seasons at the club. Not one manager in the Moshiri era has lasted 2 full seasons at the club. Tell you what's remarkable, right? Boxing Day 2020, Everton was second in the league. So we have to start thinking, where on earth did it all go wrong? Like, what is the structure at Everton? What is the ambition at Everton? There are so many questions with regard to Everton Football Club that the manager doesn't even come into it for ages. What's Bill Kenwright still doing at the club? What is this ridiculous transfer strategy about? Why have they spent £35 million on Alex Iwobi? How have they got themselves into a situation where Damari Gray and Andros Townsend are the 2 wingers at the club? How have they managed to spend £500 million in 5 years and be this bad? The Everton Shareholders Association have just called for a vote of no confidence in the board. And, interestingly, the away end at West Ham United was chanting sack the board, not sack the manager. This story about Denise Barrett-Baxendale being put in a headlock, but then Everton deciding not to report that to the police, and then saying that they don't want to talk about it anymore, despite the fact that they were the ones that alerted journalists to the issue. What's going on? After Marcel Brands left, the Everton fans were told that there was going to be a strategic review that was going to enact positive change. What's happened there? Frank Lampard wanted Danny Ings at the club. He made no secret about it. He explicitly told us that he wanted Danny Ings to sign for Everton. West Ham United and Everton are in a relegation battle against one another. West Ham have just beaten Everton. It gets even worse from an Everton perspective. And yet, Danny Ings has signed for West Ham because West Ham would spend the money and Everton wouldn't. Lampard's potentially going to get Danjuma. It's not about whether Danjuma's a good player or not. Lampard wanted Ings, so why are you giving him Danjuma? And weirdly, this isn't me protecting Lampard at all. I know how badly it's gone. He's won 1 of 12. That is sackable. Non-negotiably, that is a sackable offence. But because of the weirdness of the Premier League table, they're only 3 points off 14th. 10 days ago, he received a public backing from Farhad Moshiri. Farhad Moshiri went onto national radio to tell the world that he was backing Frank Lampard. Where's the consistency? Where's the policy? Where's the belief? It's ridiculous. Do you know what? Not in a long time. Perhaps not ever has it ever been this bad for Everton Football Club. I don't think that there has ever been this amount of anger, this amount of hurt, this amount of infighting. It was described to me, the feeling at Everton, as being like civil war. So there is so much going wrong at Everton that Frank Lampard's role in that, I think, is up for debate. You know, Rafael Benitez is obviously a better manager than Frank Lampard. I don't like him, but he's obviously a better manager. He's won titles in Spain and he's won a European Cup. So he couldn't make it work at Everton. Carlo Ancelotti, one of the best who have ever done it, he couldn't make it work at Everton. So it's another blip and blight on Frank Lampard's managerial record, but 2 very difficult jobs. Roman Abramovich's Chelsea and Farhad Moshiri's Everton. potentially two of the worst jobs in football. Right, there we have it. I think it's a really sad day for me because obviously you all know I idolise Frank Lampard and I am very sad to see him go. But I also think that this is a bigger issue. Everton are a proud institution. They are a beacon of British football. And to see Everton being so badly mismanaged and so badly run and so mistreated in the boardroom is sad. The Premier League is better for having Everton in it. Everton have such a rich history. They're such a big club and Goodison Park is iconic. I hope they sort it out. I really want Everton to remain in the Premier League. The Premier League is a better place for having Everton in it. The Premier League is a richer place for having Everton in it. Culturally richer. I'm obviously talking about not financially, although financially as well, probably. I hope Everton do sort it out. Brilliant fans. Think about what they did last year. Do you remember when they went away to Leicester and they turned the King Power into Goodison Park? They have amazing support. They're a brilliant club and I really hope they sort it out. But sacking Lampard isn't the answer here. They need to really have a look at what's going on. What is Graham Sharp doing? What is Ken Wright doing? What is Mashiri doing? What is Baxendale doing? That is how you solve the issues at Everton Football Club. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Very interested to hear your feelings on this. Thank you so much. Cheers.